Austin on this episode of Lifestyle Austin, and I am so excited to introduce you to some fantastic entrepreneurs. First up is Justin Graber at Tone Hound Audio. He makes his living restoring old school sound systems and sideboards, bringing back that vintage sound. Christina Okiniewski at Bella Vita Moments will turn it up at your event with balloon arches, marquee lights, and even an on-site permanent jewelry making activation. We also say hello to Ronald Chang at Chinatown Restaurant, one of Austin's longest-running restaurateurs. We also meet Liz Cumberbatch, former science teacher turned South Austin cake connoisseur at Sweetness Cake Shop. And Amanda Garcia at Sunshine Realty will show us one of the most exclusive listings in South Austin. This is Lifestyle Austin. Hi everybody, I'm Catenya McHenry, host of the new show Lifestyle Austin. You know, there's so many amazing people, places, and spaces to see, and on this show we are tapping into the vibe and the electric culture of this city. Every single episode I'm hanging out in a different part of town, from downtown to central Austin, east, west, north, and south. And we're spotlighting some of the most intelligent entrepreneurs, their inspirational shops and eateries, the best music, the hottest real estate, and we're listing all of the energetic events throughout the city. So be sure to watch Lifestyle Austin and see the city like you've never seen it before. All right, let's go swimming. The more you get to know me, the more you will learn that I love vintage, anything vintage. I wear vintage clothes on the episodes, and right now I am in my vintage happy place with Justin Graber of Tone Hound Audio. He rebuilds vintage sound systems from the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy to be here.
It's a pleasure to be here with you.
Yeah, so tell me a little bit about your pieces and what you do to restore them and bring them back to some life.
Sure, so these pieces here are all vintage to kind of the mid-century time frame, 40s to late 60s, anything with kind of a high quality actual wood veneer finish.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's high gloss, sometimes it's more matte finish. Integrating old tube technology with kind of modern turntables and competitive technology to nowadays of what looks good sounds good. That's the idea.
I grew up with music in my house as a kid in the 70s. My dad had an amazing, extensive, extraordinary music collection of albums, and we even had this vintage bench. You opened the top and there was a turntable, 8-track on the inside, and the speakers are right in front. And I hate that my dad got rid of it. I have no idea. So coming in your warehouse, it's like it's nostalgic. And I'm sure these pieces have a story to them. How do you find your pieces?
So sourcing is nationwide across the country. Everybody has a great story about the heritage of each piece. You know, it's when I started, some people said, oh, it was my dad's. And then it was like, oh, this is my grandpa's or grandma's. And now some people say, well, this is my great-grandparents' stereo. So it's been that long, but everyone carries a story and a lot of nostalgia and family history. So it's always a treat to listen to hear how people have used them over the years.
Yeah.
They'll come in and they always have these little like knick-knack compartments in them, usually with just kind of old cassettes or old manuals and things like that. I keep hoping one of these days I'm going to find something interesting in one of these little hidden drawers. Nothing too crazy yet.
No love letters stored in any of them yet?
Not yet, but we'll see.
How did you learn how to engineer and rebuild and tinker with them? Because your background is in broadcast, RTF. And so how did you venture into just restoring these pieces?
Sure, so kind of making the communication and branding, marketing component part of the storytelling and nostalgia aspect. Love to integrate that with my kind of hands-on interest in a lot of electrical engineering parts, old guitar amplifiers, tube amps from the 60s and that kind of era with the old radios. So the chassis inside of here have electrical, tube amps that some of them can be saved, some of them are a little too far gone, but it's integrating that old vintage warmth of the sound with modern amplification, things that have, you know, modern cabling and connections that, you know, maybe European plugs don't quite translate to.
Yeah.
You have EQ, you have modern turntables that can actually process a vintage record in a way that it's meant to be heard, whereas some of the older turntables and that technology, it's just time to migrate to something that is a nice hybrid of the heritage and the true design of the originals to something that is contemporary and user-friendly.
Yeah, I love that. When you say vintage warmth, that just makes my heart sing, because it's hard to duplicate that sound. And the sound, you know the sound when you hear it, right? When you're playing an album on a system that is just, I don't know, yeah, vintage, nostalgic. It's just a beautiful sound. I wish we could play something so we can hear. Do you have something that works that we could play?
We sure can.
Yes, let's do that. We're gonna play some music, and I might not come back from the show. I don't know. I might just be here listening to music for the rest of this episode with Justin. But stay with us. We'll be right back. Play some music and hear it on an old system. I love it. I love it. I love it. That brings back so many good memories. That crackling sound. Oh my God, I love it. It's like a campfire.
It really is. I remember this one used to come on in the morning all the time in Houston.
Yeah.
On 93.7 The Arrow, Houston's only classic rock station.
I love it.
Oh, you're good. Never mind. I'm sorry.
Oh man, take a look at my life. I'm alive like you. I need someone to love.
Toss it to break for us, Justin.
Stay with us, everybody. We'll be right back on this South Austin episode of Lifestyle Austin.
If you are an entrepreneur and you're interested in being on the show, or if you're interested in sponsorships, send us an email at hello@lifestyleaustintx.com and find more information at lifestyleaustintx.com. We are now with Christina Okaniewski with Bella Vita Moments. It's a beautiful event planning company. I am so excited to be here with you today. She also does jewelry station activations. So you were telling me a little bit about how it all started. You really were looking for a way to pay off student loans.
Yes.
So in that process, just tell me about that. Like, just how hard that has been to pay off student loans, even though you do have a full-time job. Just tell me a little bit about that process and why you thought starting a business would be a good way to pay off student loans.
So I was babysitting. I was like, I really want to make more money, you know, but you only have so much time, right?
Yeah.
And it just wasn't really ideal at that point. I was dog sitting and I was babysitting and I was organizing people's closets.
Oh my gosh.
One of my clients suggested, why don't I actually just like start a business? And my family's always said that they knew I would be, my initials are CEO, and my dad says he did that on purpose.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
Yes.
What's your middle name?
Elisa.
Elisa. Oh my God,
Yeah.
I love it. Your dad has like foreshadowing, right?
Yeah, and my family is like a family of entrepreneurs. My sister has multiple jobs. My dad has multiple companies.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And this business is just a couple of years old, right? A few
Yeah.
years old?
Yeah, so I started doing balloon arches probably about 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And then the jewelry business, the event rental is about 6 months ago.
Yeah.
And then the jewelry business simultaneously 6 months ago.
What would be your advice to somebody who is thinking about starting a business or in the business right now and are afraid to take the next step, like make the investment in themselves or the equipment or whatever it is? What do you think what would be your advice to them?
Something that you love, something that you enjoy, make sure you want to be around people.
Yep.
And make sure that it's financially responsible.
Yeah.
And that you can take on, you know.
Awesome.
That little
I love
journey.
your energy. I love what you're doing. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Yes. Stay with us, everybody. We'll be right back with more on Lifestyle Austin.
Tapping into the vibe and the electric culture of Austin. We're spotlighting some of the best music, the most intelligent entrepreneurs, and the hottest events throughout the city. Be sure to watch Lifestyle Austin with Catenya McHenry, Saturdays at noon on KBVO.
We are here at Chinatown, the location on Greystone off of Mopac, and I'm talking to Ronald, who is one of the oldest restaurateurs in Austin. I am so glad that I'm able to talk to you and just learn a little bit about what got you here. So thank you so much. I'm so happy to meet you. So this location has been here for about 40 years. There's this location and also the Westlake location. How have you been able to sustain the business all of these years?
Well, it's a very simple formula. It's basically, provide a good value to the guest with a good product, in a very nice, clean environment, and that's it. You just keep plugging away. Sometimes, time may be difficult, but you just keep focused on the same value that you have, and that just, eventually will come around.
Well, and this is like part of your family fabric, your family history. You're telling me about your mom who had the first restaurant on 47th Street?
Yes, 47th and Burner Road. We opened up our first store in 1970 in January with 5 tables, and then we started from there, cooking out of the kitchen, and the dining room was our bedroom. And we moved into a little cubicle, and we lived there for a while in order to survive as an immigrant, like all immigrant does. Work hard, and my mother taught me how to work hard.
Yeah.
So that's what we do.
And she's still alive, right?
She's still alive. Oh no, I mean, gosh, she's never going anywhere. She's 94 years old, and she still drives, and she's crazy.
She still drives?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God. I was speaking earlier about just the entrepreneurial spirit. Not everyone has an entrepreneurial spirit. So when things are not going well, how do you stay motivated and inspired to just go through the low times, but also rebuild and bring things back to where they were previously? And that's what's happened here at Chinatown.
It's all about focus and then the dedication from employees. Everybody got pulled together. All my employees, a lot of my employees have still been with me like 40 years, 30 years, long term. So when that time comes, we just, all the employees buckle down and we work at it. Good times, we all enjoy the good times. And we also keep the focus on, the value, quality of food and everything else, and don't waver from any of that. There's a lot of times that, it's the easy way out. Well, that's one of the things. I'll just keep going to keep doing this because I'm so proud of it. I'm going to outlive, I don't know who else is around. Not too many because I started out so young. So I don't think there's too many around at my age. Still here, not going anywhere. For the next 10 years, that's as long as my lease runs.
If you are an entrepreneur and you're interested in being on the show, or if you're interested in sponsorships, send us an email at hello@lifestyleaustintx.com and find more information at lifestyleaustintx.com. Coming up next, we'll head to Sweetness Cake Shop to see how head baker Liz Cumberbatch turned her love for science and measurements into Austin's newest sweet spot. Now we are visiting with Liz Cumberbatch. She is the owner, the cake artist, the cake connoisseur at Sweetness Cake Shop. I am so excited to talk to you because I love cake. And I love beautiful cake. So thank you so much for having us today. I love your story because it makes sense what you're doing now. You used to be a science teacher. So tell me a little bit about just your background and how you sort of evolved into making cakes.
Yeah, so I've always loved science, and when I graduated with a major in health sciences, and then I started teaching soon after, and I taught middle school science. So I was with 6th graders, and it was so fun, and I loved it, but ever since I was little, like my science always bled to baking. So I was always in the kitchen, super young age. My mom would teach me my math and my reading and everything, practicing with baking, and it eventually just got to the point where I was always making cakes, always baking, and then my friends were like, if you don't start selling these, like, we're gonna have a problem. So I was like, okay, fine. So one summer I started selling them while I wasn't teaching because we have the summers off, and it kind of just exploded from there.
Yeah.
It has been really different to have that, like, the structure of the teaching kind of taken away from it, and now it's just all on me. So it's definitely been different, but it's also been kind of fun to like make my own schedule and like get into my own rhythm, but it's definitely been very different.
Yeah. Was there ever a point where you were just afraid that it wasn't going to work?
Teaching is so like built into structure. Like we wake up at the same time, we do everything at the same time, like there's bells and everything. So to go from that to being completely on my own was very scary and very different. And I really appreciate my family and my therapist therapist for helping me through it, but definitely scary, definitely different.
Well, and you not only make cakes, but you're also doing teaching classes and doing cake classes.
Yeah.
So tell me about just kind of the inspiration, the motivation for that, and is it something that's becoming more popular as people are getting more into the cake world?
I finally pulled the trigger, and they have been like the most fun thing that I've done. They bring me so much joy. They just make me so happy because it honestly combines both my passions, teaching and being able to decorate cakes. So it's kind of seamless for me, that transition to it. But I was really particular in that I wanted them to be like more of a social event. I didn't really want them to be like, here's how to start a caking business, or here's how to get a perfect edge to make your, next business adventure successful. I wanted to allow like a space for people to come like unwind and relax and become creative. I think as someone who was working 2 full-time jobs and very stressed, I was very aware of the fact that there was a lack of space for people to just come and be and like mess up in the creative world or get back into the creative world. And I hear so much from the people that come from the class, those kind of remarks of like, this was just so relaxing. Yeah. Or like, this really helped. Like, I haven't been able to get back to like art or anything like that. Like my last class, I had several people that were painters, like they did art, and they're like, I love being able to get back into this world and like get into that. So I love being able to facilitate that for others.
Well, you're making people happy. Just the presentation, and then I'm sure tasting the cake. Thank you so much, Liz. This has been so good. If you are an entrepreneur and you're interested in being on the show, or if you're interested in sponsorships, send us an email at hello@lifestyleaustintx.com and find more information at lifestyleaustintx.com. Are you ready to step inside one of Austin's most exclusive multi-million-dollar listings? We're taking you inside this gorgeous new build with a pool. I am standing in a prime piece of real estate, a multi-million-dollar home in South Austin on West Oak Drive. This is listing for $3 million. Joining me right now is Amanda Garcia with Sunshine Realty. This house is amazing.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I can't take the credit. This is actually built by KBK Investments, and Keenan with EXP holds this listing. But it is a beautiful home in a wonderful location in South Austin.
Yes.
And so this is a 5-bedroom, 4.5-bath home. Master is downstairs, 4 bedrooms upstairs, half bath downstairs as well. It has some wonderful features in it. Lots of built-ins, lots of custom features. The gold touches everywhere, I think, are in right now for interior design. You have the beautiful open island area. So there's tons and tons of features in here that are great. Okay, and then we have this beautiful master bath. The features in here are everything. Everything.
I would never leave this space.
And I love that they have the huge windows that are just, I mean, you have still have privacy here. Yes.
I wanted to go outside because it's Austin, it's Texas, it's hot, and having a pool and outdoor space, entertaining space, I think is a great idea. So I'd love to go see some of those features.
Yes, and a pool is a must in Texas.
Yes. This is such a beautiful, clean, modern outdoor space, and I love that they have a pool.
Yes, and in Texas, this is a must, right? So also, very Austin vibe is having an outdoor space to entertain, and this is it. Like you said, it's very clean. You have the gas grill, you have the shade awning, and you just have this beautiful, sleek pool.
Yeah, I love it. All right, let's go swimming. No, just kidding. Here's your first look at events throughout Austin and Central Texas, brought to you by our friends at Giant Noise PR. It's one of my favorite events of the year, the Ultimate Weekend F1 Weekend Racing at Circuit of the Americas. You can check for tickets at lifestyleaustintx.com. If you'd rather shop, though, head to Round Top for the Round Top Antiques Fair at the Big Red Barn, now through October 18th. You can find tickets to it at lifestyleaustintx.com. And the Austin Film Festival is coming up this month in downtown Austin. You can also find tickets to it at lifestyleaustintx.com. Thank you so much for joining us on the South Austin episode of Lifestyle Austin. Be sure to visit us online for more amazing stories featuring the best of Austin all over the city. Thank you for watching. We will see you next time. All right, let's go swimming.